Do you remember this place? Do you have any of her memories? We were right here, over 5,000 years ago.
Hi, welcome to the Lavender Cafe. I'm Ghost, and I'm a little sick right now, so if you hear me sniffling or anything and my voice sounds rough, we don't talk about it, okay? I am not immune to allergies, unfortunately. Anyways, get cozy, grab a coffee, and today we're making a Steven Universe OC because it's 2025 and cringe culture is dead. This video is really kindly supported by Arrtx, who sent me their brand new 90-pack set of acrylic markers for completely free to review. I've stated before how much I absolutely adore these markers, so I'm excited to be working with them again today. Steven Universe is a show so near and dear to my heart. While it definitely has its flaws when it comes to writing from time to time, because I know a lot of people don't like how the diamonds were written, which I agree, I just really think that there is no denying how insanely important this show was, both for mental health representation and for the queer community in general when it comes to cartoons. It paved the way for a lot of things afterwards, and I feel like a lot of people don't give it the credit it deserves for that. Also, just from an artistic standpoint, the show is so insanely gorgeous, it's actually insane. The world building in this show is so insanely sick, so I was kind of shocked to realize I had somehow never made an OC for it, so I decided to fix that today because shout out to self-indulgent OCs. Go make cringe self-inserts, it's a blast. So what goes into making a Steven Universe OC? So normal OCs usually start with the basics, the name, the personality, the lore, the design, the whatever. Steven Universe OCs, though, start with the gemstone first, because everything else does revolve around it. Now, this may seem easy, but it can be kind of hard to decide. But from getting the gemstone, you then have to decide the character's role, which is usually determined by the gemstone, the placement of the gem, which some people believe there's a theory attached to, other people just kind of throw it wherever it looks cool, and then from there you also get the color palette. And then from there you could kind of go more into the details, so weapon, the lore, personality, the basic OC stuff, and then you can do cool art, or whatever else you do with OCs. So the gem I ended up going with was a brown spinel. I love the color brown, and I loved Spinel in the series. She was an incredibly important character to me when I was growing up. When that movie came out, her character just kind of spoke to me. I don't know. I related to her a lot, I guess. And her design was cute, and I wanted to do a silly, coffee colored. I love the color brown, silly, just a little clown guy. I just wanted to do a little clown guy, so I ended up doing a brown spinel. Oh my god, I'm so sniffly. But yeah, silly clown aesthetics were kind of just the only vibe really in my head, and I thought just with spinels being entertainers that it kind of fit the vibe. Speaking of spinels being entertainers, the idea I had for my spinel, is basically a radio show host for Homeworld. I don't really know how much that would technically work logistically. I think that maybe they'd be under Blue Diamond. It'd definitely be a cozy type of thing, not anything too high energy, very chill, morning talk show kind of vibes. And my idea was that a little bit after the spark of the rebellion and a little bit just around war times, Blue Diamond had an idea to keep everyone more entertained so that they don't get bored and try to seek out new adventure, so that there's no risk of more rebellion. I haven't watched the show in a while, so I don't know how much that really fits into Blue. I just in general, I just kind of thought it was definitely a cool idea, and I ended up making their weapon a scythe, just like Pig Spinel from the movie, but the scythe actually has a microphone built into it for the radio, which I thought was very fun. I put their gem in their eye because it looked awesome, and that is my only reason for that. I do want to take a bit to talk about Arrtx because they did kindly supply me with the markers for this video. They're not paying me to be nice, so I am gonna just kind of be honest, but I do really genuinely like these markers. I would not have accepted a deal to make a video for them if I didn't. Something that immediately drew me to the concept of acrylic markers in general was the convenience that comes with using them. And the thing that Arrtx definitely stands out with is you don't have to like pump them or shake them like you do with Poscas or I believe shuttles. I haven't used shuttle markers, I've only used Poscas, but Poscas were always so messy. I really didn't like, just like, they did not feel very convenient for me in like bringing them around, and I feel like one of the big sells when it comes to acrylic markers is their convenience compared to actually pulling out acrylic paint. I can and I have bring my acrylic markers with me on like road trips and stuff, and I'm able to literally just paint in the car with the Arrtx markers and there's no mess at all, and that feels amazing. This brand new 90 pack set that they came out with has a bunch more like greens and earth tones, which is honestly my main complaint that I had with my other set was I love to use earth tones and especially brown in my work, and there was literally like one option, so seeing that that was like a priority for them with this new 90 pack was so exciting to me. Like, dude, target audience. I'm the target audience. I also absolutely adore that these are brush tip. I'm not a fan of bullet nibs most of the time. They work sometimes, but I just, if a brush is an option, I'm going for a brush, dude. I'm sorry. And then, of course, art supplies get really expensive, but Arrtx does prioritize trying to, like, be affordable, which I definitely have to respect as well. You can buy the individual markers, I believe, for like $1.50, $2, which compared to Copics, which is what I've been using before, which, like, I think are at like $8 or $9 a marker at this point, $2 feels great. These are also so smooth and so vibrant. I genuinely just love using them in my work. Like, they're not even telling me to say that. I just actually adore these markers. In them sending these to me, I did notice that the box was really dented, which it was bubble wrapped and everything, so it does seem like that happened in the factory and not in shipping. But once again, these were free. I can't complain that much. Something that did really stand out to me that I was not a big fan of is that the stickers that they give you to attach to the caps and to the like barrels don't match the colors most of the time, or not most of the time. Most of the time they're actually pretty fine, but there were a couple where like I was putting on I was putting it on the marker and then swatch testing it and make like, these are two completely different colors. But I mean, a swatch page can fix that. It was just a little annoying looking at it, especially because it doesn't match the cap as perfectly, so it stands out, which I'm not a fan of, but you know what, alright, whatever. The stickers are optional to put on anyways. Speaking of swatch sheets, it did not come with one, which is, I think, decently abnormal. I make my own swatch sheets anyway, so it's not a problem for me, but I do know a lot of people do like to use the included swatch sheets, so I do just want to point out that it does not come with one. I also do want to point out that these markers do chew up the paper a little bit. You are able to rub most of it away at the end, but it definitely can be a hassle. I personally don't mind because this is just sketchbook work, but for a finished illustration, I do think that is important to take note of. And then also a couple of the markers ended up kind of feeling a little dry as I was using them, even though they were pretty fresh. I'm sure that must just be an issue with the pigments in them. And I am actively trying to figure out a way to re-wet them and kind of fix them. But I do want to point that out as well. I was mostly noticing it in like my dark blues. But overall, I get really lazy about doing light art, and I'm not a huge fan of, like, having to clean up my sketch and whatever, so the fact that I just get to, like, messy sketch and then throw paint on top of it is magical. I love these markers, and I had such a blast using them for this OC. I kind of want to give this OC a nickname, but I just don't know what. Calling them Spinel when there's already a Spinel in the show doesn't feel right, so if you have any suggestions, I can barely speak, I'm sick, I have an excuse. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments, because I am very interested in hearing them, and I would like to draw some more cool stuff of this OC, because I've low-key been brain rotting over them since I made them. I hope everyone's been doing well. I hope that you are getting something done fun, or maybe you're just chilling and watching. Vibing is fine, but if you're getting a project done, let me know what it is in the comments. I'm very curious to, like, I always really like hearing about, like, what people are working on while I'm yapping. Now, I'm sick, and you can hear my voice getting worse, so I'm not gonna keep yapping very hard. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the Lavender Cafe. I'll probably be posting a little bit more about this OC on my Instagram story over the next couple days, and I'll probably make a post as well, because I did some other doodles that I really liked of this character. And I don't know, maybe I'll expand their world a little bit. That would be kind of fun, dude. Like, if they, like, almost got sick of all of the, like, propaganda they were having to spread for Homeworld and personally decided to start rebelling and maybe, like, sneaking, like, subliminal messages in their broadcasts. I don't know. There's a lot of thoughts here that I think could be further expanded on, and I think could be really, really fun. But if you have any suggestions for the world or anything around it, or literally just anything, just talk at me. I love chatting with you guys. It's really, really fun all the time. But I'm gonna go rest and probably eat ramen or something, because I have work tomorrow and I don't want to feel like this at work tomorrow. Anyways, thank you for joining me at the Lavender Cafe today. Be cringe, be free. Draw some stupid self-insert OCs today. Like, draw something that would make Mary Sue, My Little Pony OC creators on DeviantArt cringe at how self-indulgent your OC is, because being cringe is so fun and so awesome, and when the world is as terrible as it is right now, you might as well, like, be a little silly. Take care of yourself, drink some water. I'll see you guys next time, alright? See ya.